Hi guys, welcome back. I'm very excited for today's video because I am playing with new makeup and I haven't done this in a really long time. I feel like lately I've just been either repurchasing products that I know I've loved, or I've been like, no, I need to wait until I completely run out of something. I'm not buying things for the sake of like just having a little play around, but I really miss to play with makeup. So I have some 5 new products here today, and these have all been recommended by my Instagram followers. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, a few weeks ago I asked for recommendations on 5 specific product types, or ones that I was running out of or needed new ones of because they just weren't working for me anymore, and like Instagram came through for me. I had so many recommendations and I ended up picking up one product from each of those categories, and that's what we are going to be testing today. So yeah, if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, stay up to date with all of my madness that is going on, and without further ado, let's start putting stuff on my face. Okay, so the first recommendation I asked for was for primers. So I am still very much head over heels in love with my Clarins SOS primer. Cannot live without that stuff, but it's quite expensive. So I wanted to see if anybody had any recommendations for pore refining primers at all. And a few people came through, ones that I'd already tried, like the Benefit Professional. That one came up. The L'Oreal ones, which I haven't been able to get my hands on, like the Infallible shots. Like there's a pore one that I've wanted to try for a little while, but it's sold out everywhere. Like whenever I go to get it, it's sold out and it's very annoying. So I wasn't able to get that. What else was there? My best friend very, helpfully replied with, I don't know, I get all of my recommendations from you. So that was super helpful, Amber. Thank you so much. Right, let me see if I can get everybody's recommendations up. Okay, so primers, yep, so somebody said Bare Minerals, somebody said the Bare Body Shop Insta Blur one, and a couple of other people had said about this. So this is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Now, the idea of the fact that it's a putty, kind of terrifying. I've never used anything like that before makeup wise. So we're just gonna see. What's that? I haven't even opened it. It literally came in the post yesterday. Why are you not coming out? Do you not want me to try you? Here we go. So yeah, it's essentially, okay, this Perfecting Putty Primer smooths the skin and preps it with squalane to help moisturise and grip makeup for all day wear. The velvety texture glides over the skin, smoothing over imperfections for a poreless effect. Sounds good. Directions: apply a thin, even amount to moisturise skin prior to makeup application. Allowed to set for 30 seconds before applying foundation. Okay, so it comes in this little like pot. I got it in the shade Universal Sheer, and it just looks like this. It's got like a little bit of like a peachy tone. It just feels like a balm. It doesn't feel like a putty. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it, so maybe a little bit of a glow. Okay, we'll try that. I'm going to do one side of my face just using like my hands, I think, and then, because generally when I put my primer on, I will either use my hands and my fingers, or I will use a stippling brush. So I'm going to do one side of my face with one side of the face the other, just to see. So yeah, let's give it a go. Ooh, big dent in this now. I'm not seeing like a blurring effect or a perfecting effect with it. Like with the Clarins one, you can, like, as soon as you apply it, you can instantly see like a difference. This, not so much. It feels slightly oily, which I'm not really that in love with, but it's looking kind of like very sheeny, very kind of glowy, which I'm not mad about, but I'm not a massive fan of like the feel of it. Okay, right, let's try brush on the other side. Kind of feels a little bit like glue on the brush. I think I prefer applying it with a brush just because I don't have to touch it. I really don't like the feel of it. It feels very kind of oily on my fingers that's left over. Ooh. that I feel has applied better with a brush. I'm seeing a little bit more of like a blurring effect. So I might just take my brush over this other side where I applied it, just to like get the same effect. But yeah, I think I prefer it with a brush. I just feel like my fingers, where I applied it, my fingers just feel a little bit horrible and greasy now. But the brush I feel like has blended that in a little bit nicer. So we'll see how that like goes throughout the day. I'm not exactly saying that I'm seeing poreless. It's not as like perfecting as the Clarins one, but this side where I did use the brush I feel like is a lot better than this side where I didn't. So we will just see. I'm not sure. You do have like the tacky feel, so I feel like that is gonna like grip my base, but only time will tell. For base, I'm just using my It Cosmetics CC cream. I know how this performs, I know how this looks, so it's just a better, safer option. Whenever you do try a new primer, I would always say use something where you know how it performs. I never test a new primer with a new foundation over the top, or like a new foundation with a new primer, if you see me, because I want to see how they actually perform. I will say I actually do really like how it looks over the top of that primer. Even though like that primer felt a little bit greasy by the time I was applying something over the top, it like definitely matted down a little bit, and it has like a nice little like sheen, but it does make, there is still like a perfecting edge to it. My pores are looking pretty good. Okay, so it goes over the top of that nicely. We'll give it that. Give it that. Okay, next up I asked for recommendations on concealers. So what do people say for concealers? So I had lots and lots of people for the one that I'm about to use. I also had some recommendations for the Glossier Stretch Concealer, which I have used before. Sorry, I've got makeup still on the back of my hand. I have used before, and it is a really nice brightening concealer for under the eyes. I just found it a little bit too oily for me slightly, so I think if you're dry under your eyes, I think it will work a lot better for me. It just wasn't quite right. But the one I ended up going for, which loads and loads of people were recommending, where the collection lasted, was the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer. I have used the original one, but they have reformulated it in the last few months, so I thought we'll give it a go and we will see how it compares to the old one and what it's like. And yeah, we'll give it a go. But it is smudge proof, budge proof, transfer proof, conceals dark circles and blemishes for a flawless 16-hour wear, and is apparently water resistant. So yeah, we will see what it is like. The original I always found a little bit too thick and drying for me personally, especially under the eyes, so that's kind of what I'm going to be looking out for with this one. But let's go for it. I got it in the shade Fair, so it looks pretty good. About the right amount of lightness for me sort of under the eyes. I'm just going to pop bits where I've got some blemishes coming through, because A is pregnant, and apparently for me pregnancy does not mean nice glowy skin. Thanks baby. Thanks baby. Right, so blend under the eyes first. That, for me, I feel like the consistency is a lot more lightweight, and that's blended in really, really nicely, really easily, and it's worked really nicely in the eye. That's really brightened. Okay. We are liking this new formula. It's giving really, really good coverage without being like super heavy. Is covering blemishes as well really nicely. Okay, I like that. That has covered really, really nicely. It's not like thick and dry like the old formula, like I always found the old formula to be. So for me, we like this. I actually really like that so far, so that's good. We will see how it like holds up throughout the day, but so far I like it a lot. It did. Okay, next product I think I am most excited about. So I asked for bronzer recommendations. Lots of people came back with like the Benefit Hoola, which I've used before and I've loved it. We had, what else have we got? Number 7 bronzers, which I've used before as well. NARS Laguna, which I haven't used before. But we also had a couple of people saying the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which I have been trying to get my hands on since it launched in the UK, because this stuff is apparently amazing, but it's always been bloody sold out. But I was on Boots the other day and they had it in stock and I was like, it's a sign, I have to get it, So I did pick it up. Like, the US has been raving about this for so long, so when it came over I was just like, I really want to try it. So yeah, we have the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I'm very excited. I've got it in the shade Sun Kissed. And what it basically says about this bronzer, it's a skin pampering bronzer. So ultra rich bronzer instantly melts into the skin. That's all it says. It comes with a sponge applicator, so glide over face and neck for a natural looking tan glow. Yeah, that's basically it. So it's in quite bulky packaging, but I think it's because you have like the bronzer on the top and then you have like the little sponge underneath, which I find it very strange that it's a sponge. Oh, and there's a mirror. That's cute. A little mirror. But yeah, why? I feel that this is annoying me that I can't like. Oh, okay, I just hadn't pulled it enough. My bad. The colour looks really nice. I feel like this I probably could have done with slightly darker maybe, but this was the only shade that they had in stock. So yeah, I want to try it. Ooh. Oh, that smells good. That smells of coconut. So I'd forgotten that it was meant to do that. Oh, I'm one of those people, I love the smell of coconut. I just hate coconut. But I love the smell of it. Everything would smell of coconut if I had my way. Okay. So I'm just going to swirl my big brush in it. A lot of kickback. And we're just going to... I don't know. I'm not like bowled away by it. Maybe it's because I've got like a different colour to other people have, because I've got Sun Kissed instead of like the bronzer shade. I feel like it's maybe this shade is just a little bit too warm for me. I don't know. I might watch this back editing and be like, Lisa, it looks amazing. I might go downstairs in a minute and look in like a mirror in like other lighting and be like, oh no, that's really nice bronzer. But I'm not like blown away by it right now. Looking in like a couple of different mirrors, I feel nicely bronzed. I don't know. I don't know. I thought I was gonna love this. I think maybe because I had such high expectations. I do like it. It does look more sun-kissed than like fully bronzed, which the name would suggest that that would be right. So it does look a little bit more natural, which is nice. I think maybe because I was expecting so much from it, and I don't know why, because at the end of the day it's still a bronzer, it's just a bronzer. But okay, I think I like it, but I'm also a little bit like, what's the other hype about, guys? Because this thing is flipping raved about. People go nuts for this, so yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to do the rest of my cheek makeup, so I'm just going to do blush, highlight, a little bit on eyes. I'm going to do too much on the eyes today and then we will come back. So I've just gone super simple with the eyes today because we have a couple of eye products that we are testing. So I asked for recommendations on a liquid liner. I have not used liquid liner in so long. I have no idea how this is going to go today because it's been a wee while. It's been a while. So this could go horribly or it could go really well. But some of the recommendations I had the Glossier Flick, which I haven't tried. So I think next time I do a Glossier order, I will probably add that in because I do want to try it. I've heard some really good things. The Bourjois Clubbing Eyeliner, I couldn't find this anywhere. But it might also be because Bourjois is like goes. Avon as well. There was also the Too Faced Better Than Sex one. And then lots of people were raving about the L'Oreal eyeliners, and I've used a couple of them over the years, but I found one that I hadn't, and it had like high kind of like ratings on Boots, and it is the L'Oreal Tatouage Signature by Superliner, and it's in extra black. So this is apparently a 24-hour extra black felt eyeliner, waterproof, 100 women self-evaluation. So 100 women tested this, obviously. So yeah, we're going to test it out. Like I said, I haven't done liquid liner in so long, and I know I'm generally really bad at doing this on camera one-handed, so you might have to excuse me if I like turn the other way while I do this. And like I said, I don't know how well this is going to go because I haven't done it in so long, but we're going to give it a go. Previously with eyeliner, something that I found that really bugs me is that they can transfer up to the top for me. There's only been like 1 or 2 liners I've ever used that have never done that. So we will see if this is one of them. But yeah, let's give it a go. Okay, so the wings don't match exactly. I'm a little bit out of practice, but that was really easy to do. The nib itself is quite firm, so it was really easy to be like super precise with it. It glided on over the top of eyeshadow really easily, and it is very black. Let me just fill in. I think I missed that. It is black, so it's not like, I think there was one I did in like my 3 products test with like eyeliners where I tried one and it was like grey, it wasn't black. It is definitely black, and it was drying down quite matte as well, which I quite like. So it was very easy to use. For me, the test will come in terms of seeing if it transfers, how long it wears, but also for things like if I use it over the top of like a metallic or a glittery or like a shimmer shade. I find that liquid liners can have a little bit more trouble with that, but so far I like that. That was very easy to use, very easy to apply. I really like the blackness of it. Okay. And last but not least, I asked you guys for mascara recommendations, and I had a lot of these, probably more than anything else. So people were recommending the Benefit mascaras. I think I've tried all of them now, but my favourite is probably the Roller Lash out of them. That one's a really good one. Somebody said the Boots Natural Collection, which I did look for, and they were all sold out, otherwise I would have tried those because they're only a couple of pounds. Bare Minerals one. We had the Better Than Sex one, obviously. The L'Oreal Paradise, and yeah, and then a lot of people said Rimmel do really good ones. No, people weren't very specific, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to pick one up from Rimmel because I haven't used anything from them actually haven't tried anything new from them in a really long time. So I picked up this one. This is the Extra 3D Lash. So this one had like the highest rating of the Rimmel mascaras with like the most reviews. So I was like, okay, because I don't think I've ever seen this one really advertised or spoken about or anything. So I was like, I'll give it a go. But it boasts volume, length and definition mascara. Gives a multi-dimensional look. 3D brush gives volume, defines and lengthens lashes. Suitable for sensitive eyes, ophthalmologically tested, whatever that means. I know an ophthalmologist is an eye doctor, but I don't know how you would test mascara with an eye doctor. So have a look. So they're very kind of standard mascara one, nothing like super fancy, and it looks like it's quite a drier formula, not a wet formula, which I myself prefer. I am very messy. I get wet formula everywhere, so we'll see. Okay, so this is like one application and it's not bad. One thing I always look for when I'm wearing liquid liner is like whether or not you can see my lashes over the top with the mascara, and you can. So I do like that you have that. Okay, let me try like a second coat. So the clumpiness is coming out in the second coat. So if you like your kind of more clumpy lashes, I think you'll like this. I don't know, I feel for me it's not doing enough like curl and lift. I don't feel like there's enough of that to like make it amazing for me. I don't know, maybe there's a reason this hasn't been like raved about on blogs, because it's a very from what I can see, it has like lengthened and it has like given volume, so it does like make your lashes look very big, but it has got a little bit of a clumpy effect to it, which I know some people like. I'm a bit on the edge about it, but I just feel like it hasn't done enough like lift and curl for me. So like some of my favourite mascaras, like the L'Oreal Paradise, the Maybelline Lash Sensational, or like the Stila Huge Lash Extreme, they like lift and curl, and like it looks like you're wearing false lashes, whereas this, I'm not sure. I feel like this is gonna be quite like a heavy formula, so it's not, I don't know about that one. Okay, full face done. Let's give a bit of a roundup. So the things that I did like from like the get-go. Where is my box of stuff? Here it is. The concealer, I really like the concealer and the new formula of this. I just feel like it's so much more lightweight than it was before. It doesn't look cakey or drying under my eyes, which I am now in love with, so I'm very impressed by that, and I think I'm going to be using that a lot. And I really liked the liquid liner as well. I do just think it applied really easily, it dried really nicely. We'll see how it goes throughout the day to see if there's any transfer, but that was like a really nice and easy one to use for me. The bronzer, I think it's growing on me. The more I look, I'm like, oh yeah, no, it does look nice. It does look like nice and natural. I think I was just like, it's been so hyped, I was expecting so much from it, and I don't know why, because at the end of the day it is just a bronzer. So yeah, we will see. I don't know how I feel about it compared to, like, I kind of hold everything as a standard to the Benefit Hoola bronzer because that's so good. So I don't know how I like feel about it compared to that right now. I think I'm still a little bit on the fence, but in like the next clip you see, I'll like let you know how everything's worn and like final views, but not sure about that one. I do like it, but I think I was just expecting more. The primer, definitely preferred to apply this with like a stippling brush. The one I used, by the way, is from Spectrum. It's the A02. Definitely preferred it with a brush. I just feel like it applied everything so much nicer, a lot more evenly, and it just like left a nicer finish. And my makeup going on the top of it was really nice. With primer, you know, time will be the test of that to see how it lasts, so I'll let you know. So we will just see. Mascara, this is the one I think I'm most disappointed in so far. I'm just not like in love with how my lashes look right now. I just think they're maybe a little bit too clumpy, a little bit too heavy. I just don't feel like there's been enough oomph to it, so not necessarily a fan of that. We'll see how it like goes throughout the day, but I'm not expecting wonders from that one. But yeah, so yeah, what I'll do now is I'll pop in a clip to kind of like give you guys an update on how it's worn throughout the day, what like my final thoughts are, and like what I would kind of recommend, because obviously this is only first impressions. But yeah, we will cut to that now and let you know. Okay, so quick update on the makeup from today, because it is now 10 o'clock and I want to take it off and I want to go to bed. So the primer, pretty much all of my makeup has come off of my nose, so I don't know why, but it just obviously didn't seem to hold anything on there. But the rest of the face, it was looking pretty good, to be honest, and it is all looking still fairly flawless, which is quite nice. So I feel like it's held up and like kept my makeup where it should be for the most of my face, just for some reason not my nose. I'm not sure what's going on with my nose. Maybe this is just a little bit oilier than anywhere else, but it's a bit weird. But otherwise, it's done all right. The concealer, really like the concealer. It hasn't gone dry, it hasn't gone flaky or cakey or anything like that. It's still holding up really well, so massive fan of that, liking that. The bronzer has grown on me. I do like it. I do think it's probably a little bit too warm toned in that shade, so I would probably go for a slightly different one, but after I looked at it in like different lights and different rooms and stuff, it did grow on me. I just feel like maybe it's a little bit too warm toned for me, but the blend and everything was really nice, so kind of on the fence about that one. The eyeliner, you can see, has absolutely transferred, which is what we didn't want to happen, but it's still, where it hasn't transferred, it's still looking quite strong. So I think what I might do next time I use it is just set it with some black eyeshadow, which I've done before with different ones. I mean, it's kind of annoying that I have to do it, but I'd rather do that than have it transfer. And the mascara is okay, not anything I'm going to write home about. It's not something I'm going to like rave about to anybody, but I mean, it's fine, it lengthens, it like adds a bit of volume, and it stayed in place throughout the day, like it hasn't dropped, which I was expecting it to, so that's good. But as I said before, not quite the lift and curl that I like. But yeah, I'm now gonna take all of this off and go and read in bed. So that's it, bye. And that is it. I hope you guys like this video. If you have any recommendations on any like others from these product lines, please pop them down below. I'm always looking for new makeup recommendations. But yeah, give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye.